What up, guys? Welcome back. So the Pixel Fold has been my daily since it launched. Today, just a quick video. We're talking about the first 5 things you should do when you pick up a phone like this. Now, I do these basically on every Android device. There is one thing in here that's kind of specific to the Pixel Fold, but most of these you can do on any Android device. And this is what I do on every single phone that I get. And I want to share it with you, and I'm going to start sharing tips and tricks as we go along using this device. But first, hit that like, drop a sub. But number 1 is this thing is slippery. It is expensive. Get a case. This should be, kind of mandatory on a phone like this. You guys know I'm using the Pitaka case here, and I'm a big fan of all of their cases. A little pricey, I get it, and there are tons and tons of good options out there, but a very expensive phone here with the Pixel Fold, and this is slippery. It might be a frosted back, but it is very slippery. It has slipped out of my pocket before I had the case, so be careful. Get a case. I recommend this Pitaka case. It's great for grip. It's great for protecting against scratches. It does have some protection for your camera bump, but that's about it. Now, some of the other things that we're going to talk about today, let's just get right into it. So the first thing is animations. You want to make your phone feel snappy and fast, and this is what I do. This is the first thing that I do on every single phone that I get. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into settings. You're going to scroll down to the bottom. You're going to go to about phone. You're going to scroll down to there. You're going to go to build number. You're going to click on build number 7 times. Now I've already done it. It says no need. You are already a developer. But if I wasn't, you would click on this 7 times and it will open up developer options. Then you go back and then we go down to system and you can see developer options are there. Now, once you go in here, you're going to be able to do some things, but I highly discourage you from messing around in here unless you know what you're doing. I am only bringing you into developer options for one thing, and that is to turn my animations off. So you scroll all the way down, and we go. We're still scrolling, and there are 3 different sections here. So you have window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. Now you can see when you open and close apps, there is a little bit of animation, but what I like to do is I turn them completely off. All 3 of them I turn off. So now everything, when you open up an app, it is quick, it is no animation. So it's kind of instant and it opens literally right up. And I am a big fan of how this works with all Android devices. It just makes everything feel snappier. Now, tip number 2, you're going to go back into settings. This is for battery. So look, the battery on here is not the greatest. I have not had the best experience with the battery. So you want to do everything you can. And there are a few things I'm not going to tell you. You can change, you can turn off 120 hertz and save a little more battery if you want to do that. But when you go into here, first you want to turn on your battery percentage number. So see how it says 24% up top? Out of the box, that is not turned on. So you're going to go into battery, you're going to go to battery percentage, and you're going to turn it on, and then your percentage up here will appear. Now, another thing, go into adaptive preferences and make sure you turn on adaptive charging and adaptive battery. If you turn these on, it will extend your battery life. So adaptive charging, it will charge steadily during longer charging periods, and it is healthier for your battery. And an adaptive battery. Extend your battery life based on your phone usage. Make sure those are on to give your battery life a little bit better of a chance to, well, I guess live a good life. All right, guys, tip number 3, you're gonna go into settings, and this is where you will set the fingerprint sensor or your face unlock, depending on which one you like. I do prefer the fingerprint sensor on basically all of my devices. So you go into security, you go down to device lock, and you have a choice here, screen lock, face and fingerprint unlock. I do have both set up, but I do prefer the fingerprint sensor. You can see how quick and fluid and smooth it is. It does just kind of work every time. Now, face unlock is okay. It is a little bit slower. And since you're grabbing your phone, your thumb kind of falls right here anyway. So it's kind of perfect to have a fingerprint sensor that just works every time. And that's what we get here with the fingerprint sensor. All right, guys, now the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back into settings. You want to scroll down until you get to sound and vibration, volume, haptics, and do not disturb. But we are looking for, where is it at? Spatial audio. So once you go into spatial audio, wired headphones and phone speaker. Out of the box, phone speaker is turned off. There is a slight difference if you turn that on. It does give you a little bit more of a surround sound, a stereo sound when you are listening through a speaker, but make sure your headphones, for wired headphones, are turned on for spatial audio. It does make a difference. It should be turned on out of the box, and then of course go back in and turn it on for a speaker as well. It does make a little difference. Now, the next thing I do on all my phones is I go in and I change my app grid. So you're gonna go over here, you're gonna touch, you can do it from the first setting if you have room for it, but you just hold down on your display and wallpaper and style. You scroll down and this is your app grid here. So 5x5, you do have 3 different options on here. Out of the box, it is 4x4, and you can change it back or just leave it to 4x4 if you prefer. Minimal apps on your front display. 4x5 or 5x5. That is what I do on every phone that I have. It is 5x5. You hit apply. I have already done it, so I'll show you that in a second. Plus, you can see it here. That is what my home screen looks like. Now, you can change your wallpaper and then you can theme the colors to whatever you want. And there are different options, which are very cool. Or whatever the wallpaper is, you can leave it themed to that, dark theme. And you also have themed icons. You can leave that on or off. And what that does, I have it on and this is what it looks like. So you'll see some of these icons for the apps are themed. So change your app grid. I prefer 5x5, but whatever you prefer, you have the ability to go in and just change that. Now, one more cool tip. I did see this on a video from Saki Tech, so shout out to him. He gets the credit for this one. But if you open up the camera, when the fold is open, if you go into the camera, you're going to get this as your viewfinder, but you do have the tabletop mode as they call it. And you can see here that if I was to take a camera, say we'll take a camera of this blade, you can probably barely see it on here, but it is there. I'll try and get a different angle. But what this does, you get a ton of things. You can make the color warmer, you can make it cooler. You have so many things. You can make it brighter. You can, make it too bright if you want and blow it out. But you can adjust all kinds of different things. You can also, it kind of acts as a tripod and you can change all kinds of different things. And it doesn't work just for the camera, it does work for video. I can go in and make the video warmer. I could do all kinds of things on here. You can mess with stabilization on here. Now, again, this is acting as a tripod. It's probably not going to move around, but you do have a ton of cool options in tabletop mode. And just like on the Z Fold, you are able to watch content on here and then use this as a scrolling tool for the secondary display. So just a cool little thing, tabletop mode on the Pixel Fold. And that's what's cool about, folding devices. You have those options. So again, some of the things we went over, get a case for this device, very slippery. The animations on here, go in and turn the animations off. It does make this thing feel much snappier. You can see how quick these apps just open right up. The battery, go in and turn your battery percentage on and then optimize your battery health. Your tabletop camera, your fingerprint sensor, or Face ID or Face Unlock. And then your sound and vibration, you want to go in and turn on spatial audio. And then of course your app grid, 5x5, 4x4, 4x5, whatever you want to do, but just a quick video, guys. Let me know what you think of, if you want to see more videos like this with more tips and more things I do with my phones, let me know and I'll get it done. The Pixel Fold. I'll be back soon. Hit that like, drop a sub. Peace.